Boosting is one of the most important core mechanics in most racing games that feature it, and Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is no different. Dash panels, air tricks, drifting, and some items all feed into it in order to give you small bursts of speed that are too important to ignore. Anyone could have figured that part out. The game naturally leads you to want to boost as much as possible by design. So what if I told you that there's a bit more to it than you might think? A hard to notice but still very impactful technique dwells within the boost system in this game. One that harkens back to the Sonic Racing games of yesteryear. That technique is boost stacking. If you recall my last video, when I talked about what makes the Hyper Ring Engine build so strong, you might remember me mentioning the strength of drift boosts, and why chaining them together on that build contributes to why it's so good. Well, this technique is something almost any build can take advantage of, and they absolutely should. To recap, level 1 drift boost will give you 20 speed for 1.5 seconds, while levels 2 through 4 will give you 25 speed for 2.5, 3.5, and 5 seconds respectively. While those boosts are going, additional boosts can be stacked on top of them, which ends up adding additional speed while multiple boosts are going at the same time. Each boost you stack on top of each other counts its own duration independently of one another, and the parts where those durations overlap are the parts that's increasing your speed further. To help visualize this, I have a couple of simple visuals made by Key, a top-level player that's got several top 10 finishes in Legend competition. For simple drift boosting, usually the best you can manage is a little bit of overlap between two level 3s that you're chaining together. Usually that hovers around an additional 5 to 10 speed. But drifting isn't the only source of boosts you can get in this game. Say you have a level 3 going and you get a level 2 air trick and a purple dash panel close to where you land. Suddenly, now you have 3 boosts stacked on top of each other that's all contributing to additional speed. Depending on your ring count and whether or not you're in slipstream, you could end up hitting speeds as high as 245 to 250. And depending on the track element, you could go even higher than that. And yeah, that also applies to boost wisps. They can stack too. To put the amount of speed you could be leaving on the table by not doing this into perspective, it's as if every time you successfully boost stack, you're adding anywhere between an uncapped amount of 100 to 400 of the actual speed stat to your vehicle. And because it's all boost speed, it doesn't interfere with bonus speed from sources like slipstream, ring engines, and other sources of gadget-based speed. It can all stack on top of each other, leading to some truly heinous numbers when they're all going at once. Now, that example is a little bit extreme. You'll only really see numbers like that on Mystic Jungle if you know what you're doing, but across many parts of many tracks, you could find yourself having a much easier time pulling away from the pack, or catching up to the leader, depending on how good you've gotten at having boosts available to stack. The easiest way to take advantage of boost stacking without really thinking about it is to simply chain level 3 boosts. In order to best accomplish that, well, that's going to depend on a lot of things, like what track it is, what track elements you have access to, and so on. But generally speaking, finding space for quick charge level 2 in your build, if you're not chained to the metal like I am, and going for level 3 drifts wherever reasonably possible, is always a good place to start. Eventually you can consider purposely doing level 2s or level 1s to stack for a little extra burst of speed for an important section or shortcut or something, but I think those sorts of applications are beyond the scope of this video. I think one particular track where you can really feel the effects of boost stacking is here on Holoska. Hello, it's live commentary Par, and I'm going to take you through a quick time trial of Holoska to show like all the places where you can stack boosts, because it's surprisingly important on this course. Now, I'm not running the DRE build, so I'm not expecting the PB here, but you might notice, like, from everything that I've said so far in the video, that there are a lot of places where you can boost and stack boosts on top of each other. And that is the basis of the time trial, basically. Because there are so many boost opportunities and so many places to have rings, You basically just get to boost stack over and over again with air tricks, dash panels, and drift boosts alike, as long as you can keep it going. It's really, really good. A lot of fun. This is actually just one of my favorite time trials. And I think it shows with just how much I ended up spending time on it. That PB of mine is currently the 4th best place time. A former world record, even. I grinded this track so much that I wanted the world record, like, in the middle of the RE meta. Toward the end of it, actually. And I ended up getting it. That might be a story for another time, though. But you might notice, like, throughout this track, though, that, like, I am able to constantly maintain upwards of, like, 240 speed because I'm able to just constantly stack boosts on top of each other. And this is without the help of any gadgets other than Hyper Ring Engine. You can see here even that even the wisps will be able to stack with each other as I use them for both for here. You see the speed that I'm getting here? Like upwards of 245. Then you stack these two, you land, you still have high speed. It's far from a PB, but again, like this was like just not an optimized run. I think that just illustrates just how powerful boost stacking is, because if you were just taking these like without having level 3s going constantly, it would be a lot worse. Boost stacking is kind of odd when I sit down and think about it, because it's not really well explained within the game itself, but it's still pretty important when it comes to just trying to go fast in the racing game. I think it's really cool and fun to try and optimize with, but unlike previous iterations of it, it doesn't really have a whole lot of visual feedback beyond the speedometer, which isn't going to be a huge focus throughout a race for most people. I wouldn't be surprised if some people even disable it entirely. But I doubt many do, because the setting that would hide it also hides your ring count, which is a lot more important to keep track of. Either way, hopefully this little video helped inform you as to why it's important to always be boosting in CrossWorlds. Even if it isn't something you intentionally implement into your races, if you get really good at chaining level 3 boosts, you will start to notice the effects of boost stacking even in casual races. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to satisfy the algorithm for me. Do the likes, comments, and subscribes and all that. Bye!